G'day crew, I'm Oscar Pelazon and welcome to another episode of Tube Time Tuesday. So I'm not down in that boardroom down the beach because the rain, the wind and the swell pretty much means I would have got washed away. Pretty rank winter's day here in Perth. So today I'm in this boardroom to share some more business wisdom with you. And I wanted to talk to about something that happened last week that made me really stop and reflect. So I just finished delivering Module 9 of the Business Accelerator program, which is a group coaching program for small businesses. And we spent the day talking about financial management. We looked at understanding why your numbers are so important, not because accountants love spreadsheet and not because we want you to become an accountant, right? But because your numbers help you make better decisions. They tell you what's working, what isn't, and where to focus your effort, where you need to improve. They are the key metrics of how well you've undertaken the various tasks and activities in your business, implementation of your strategy. Now here's what made me think. As I walked out of the workshop, I received a message from one of my one-on-one coaching clients. And he told me he just had his best financial business year his business has ever had. The highest profit he'd ever made, the biggest super contribution ever paid. And for the first time, he was able to make a meaningful distribution to his partner from the business. And I replied, that's awesome, congratulated him. And he came back with, I couldn't have done it without you. Now, while I appreciate the compliment, the reality is he could have done it. I simply guided him along the path. I shone the light on the things that he needed light shone upon. He was the one who had to have the courage to make the decisions. He was the one who had to have the difficult conversations. He was the one who had to show up every day and do the hard work. And it got me thinking about something many business owners never talk about. And that's business can be a lonely place. Whether you're a solo operator or you have a team of 50, you're still the one sitting in the big office chair in the corner office. You're the one making the decisions when no one else wants to. You're the one that's carrying the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. And sometimes there's no one standing alongside you saying, well done, mate. That's why your numbers are so much more than numbers. Yes, they measure profit. Yes, they measure cash flow. Yes, they tell you whether the business is healthy. But they also represent something much deeper. They're the return on courage. They're the return on making the tough decisions. They're the return on investing your time, energy, and your money. They're the reward for backing yourself when nobody else could see what you were building. When you finish that year and you look at the numbers and think, that was a bloody good year, it's almost like looking in the mirror and giving yourself a big hug or a huge high five. It's your business saying, well done, all that effort was worth it. And I think as a business owner, we don't do enough of that. We're always chasing the next goal, the next client, the next milestone. And we rarely stop and acknowledge how far we've actually come, how well we've done. Now, if the financial year didn't turn out the way you hoped, that's all right. Don't beat yourself up. Shit happens. Instead, ask yourself this. What did I learn? What decisions did I avoid making? What conversations did I keep putting off? Because often, the very thing we're avoiding is the thing that will move the business forward. My clients usually know what needs to be done. It isn't a lack of knowledge, it's usually a fear, an old belief system, or an uncertainty that stops them taking action. Here's my challenge for you as we wrap up another year. Write down 3 things you did really well. Celebrate them, then write down the one thing you've been avoiding that deep down you know would make the huge difference to your business, and then lean into it. Go and do it. And if you need someone to help you take that step, feel free to reach out. Whether that's to me, your accountant, a mentor, or another trusted advisor, you don't have to do it all on your own. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Knowledge is powerful. Understanding how to use that knowledge to make better decisions, that's wisdom. And if you're not a numbers person, that's okay. You don't have to become an accountant. But what you do need is to get your head around understanding what your numbers are trying to tell you. Because what you void is exactly where your greatest opportunities lie. That's it for me today. I look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Tube Time Tuesday. Happy days. Yewww.